Hey Guam, it is lunchtime and I'm Jason Salas and this is the HotSpot. Here's what we have for you today.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
It's called the menu for a reason, everybody. Here's what we're serving up. Former Democrat Senator Judy Wanpat is announcing her bid for congressional delegate. Plus, Wednesday's auto accident in the village of Dededo has claimed the life of a 29-year-old man, marking the island's 6th traffic-related fatality of the year. And we'll also give you a preview of tonight's episode of Uno Mixed. And let's get started with the Decision 2022 election season as former Senator Judy Wanpat is holding a press conference in a matter of minutes to officially throw her hat into the race for Guam's congressional delegate. Our Isaiah Uggan is standing by live in Tamuning. He's awaiting the announcement. Isaiah, what do we know so far?
Day, Jason, and everyone, and to all our viewers, we're here outside Asiga in Tamuning, located behind Ocapelas, where Dr. Judy Wanpat is to announce her candidacy for congressional office. According to her press release, she actually said Guam's voice in Washington needs to be assertive but humble, bold but strategic, and unwavering but mindful. I may not be the biggest candidate, biggest person from Guam, but I'm definitely Guam's biggest fan, and if elected, Congress is going to know it, end quote. Judy Wanpat was actually the first woman speaker of the Guam legislature. She was elected 18 years as a senator and 10 of those years as speaker. Prior to serving in the legislature, Judy worked for 25 years as a teacher, school counselor, and principal in Guam's public schools. Judy is also a small business owner. Judy Wanpat is the daughter of the late Guam's first Congressman Antonio B. Wanpat and Ana Solis Perez Wanpat of PD. She has 3 children whom she raised as a working mom and for many years as a single parent after the passing of her husband, Melvin B. Borja. Judy is also a grandmother to 4. Some questions we can expect at her live press conference at 12:15 for her to answer would be what made her decide to run for a seat in Washington after being out of office for a couple years, and also what makes her stand out as a candidate for Congress. We'll have the full report tonight at 6 on KOM News Primetime, reporting live from Asiga into Money for your news leader, the voice of the Marianas, Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. Back to you in studio, Jason.
All right, Isaiah, of course, coming to us live from Tamuning, where, of course, if you are just joining us, former Senator Judy Wanpat expected to announce that she will be running for Guam's congressional delegate. Make sure to check out Primetime for the full details. Some very melancholy news now as we transition to a story about the man taken to the hospital after crashing into a utility pole in Dededo Wednesday has died. According to GFD acting spokesperson Sharika Chargaloff, the 911 call center received the report on the incident along Isangsong Road by Park Market just before 1:30 in the afternoon. KUM noticed a mangled car on the scene coming to a stop in the grass. GFD pulled out the 29-year-old man from the driver's side of the vehicle and administered CPR. He was a lone occupant of the car and was taken to GRMC in Dededo, where he was pronounced dead by attending physicians. Police are determining whether alcohol, speed, or drugs were factors in the crash. Is the 6th traffic-related fatality of the year 2022. National news for just a moment, as we now know the 18-year-old who opened fire in a Texas elementary school and that he barricaded himself in a single classroom to carry out one of the worst school shootings in United States history, leaving a community in a state of shock and devastation.
Investigators swarm the streets around Uvalde's Robb Elementary School, the site of the nation's latest heartbreak.
It is intolerable and it is unacceptable for us to have in the state anybody who would kill little kids in our schools.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says 18-year-old Salvador Ramos sent messages about his plan on Facebook before shooting his grandmother and then barging into a 4th grade classroom with an AR-15 assault rifle. Police say that's where he killed 19 children and 2 teachers.
The shooter was able to make entry into a classroom, barricaded himself, and at that point, it just started shooting children and teachers that were inside that classroom, having no regard for human life, just a complete tragedy.
After confronting and killing the shooter, police went to his home and found his grandmother clinging to life. A neighbor says the shooter moved in with his grandparents because of troubles at home and describe him as quiet and hard to talk to. His motive unknown. As the FBI went door to door speaking to neighbors, investigators revealed the suspect had legally purchased 2 rifles soon after turning 18.
There has been no criminal history identified yet. He may have had a juvenile record, but that is yet to be determined. There was no known mental health history.
After an agonizing wait for information, all families have now been notified of their loss, including relatives of 10-year-old Eliana Garcia.
She was very sweet.
President Biden, after pleading for new gun restrictions, will visit Uvalde as soon as this weekend, hoping to bring comfort to the heartbroken.
Back home, our island is mourning once again, unfortunately, as another life has been lost to coronavirus. The 362nd COVID-19 related fatality was pronounced dead on arrival at GRMC on the 19th. That patient was a 55-year-old man, fully vaccinated without a booster shot with underlying health conditions. He tested positive on the 20th. On Wednesday, 38 new cases were also reported from 772 specimens analyzed on May 24th. 5 of those cases were reported by the DoD. 7 islanders are now hospitalized due to the virus, with 1 being a pediatric patient and 1 in the ICU. Of those hospitalized, 5 are vaccinated, 1 is unvaccinated, and 1 is ineligible for the vaccine. Public officials from different agencies gave status updates on various projects happening around the island. Daniel Perez explains in our next story.
If you've been driving to and from work every day, you may have seen workers along Marine Corps Drive or even some in your villages. This is all part of the Department of Public Works project to repave and improve island roads. At yesterday's Island-wide Beautification Task Force meeting, DPW Director Vincent Arreola gave updates on the road improvement initiative.
We're just about done in Talafofo with the village street paving. From there, we're going to move down to the bottom of Talafofo, EPEN. We're going to do some work there. Then after that, we're going to go to MTM and do some road paving there. We're just finishing up a portion of Route 9 up in Jigo. We know that's a routed road. We don't have federal funds for that, so we're doing a quick fix for that until we get funding to redo that.
Other road improvements in the coming months include Route 5 in Santa Rita, the road heading down to Naval Magazine, a portion of Route 14B, the first phase of the EPAL road improvement from Seventh-day Adventist Clinic to the Hilton Hotel. Route 14, mainly Chalon San Antonio, the road in front of GPO, will also see its roads repaved. It will start from the ITC intersection all the way to the Rotunda and down to the Hilton. Arreola also touched up on the road striping project, where Route 4 is currently undergoing striping.
Once we're done with Route 4, we're going to move over to Route 8, and that's full striping and marking. And I have to do a shout out to the public for being very cautious and being very patient with all the road construction that's out there. But in the end, to the public, in the end, they're going to enjoy smoother, safer, healthier roads, and I appreciate that.
Department of Parks and Recreation Director Roque Alcantara also spoke on the improvements to the Dededo pool, which have been stalled due to supply issues.
The Dededo pool, all the materials have arrived, so now we should be back to in progress there at the pool.
As KOAM reported, DPR is expected to complete renovations to the northern pool by the end of June. DPR will also be working on repairing and renovating local parks, beaches, and historic tourist destinations using ARP funding in preparation for more tourists. Daniel Perez reporting for KUAM News.
Well, coming up on the Hotspot, we'll give you details about the SNP clinic and how to check in with the Department of Agriculture on their latest training sessions and how they're preparing for rainy season. Stay tuned.
NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hotspot. The Department of Agriculture has been busy with various programs, training sessions, and projects. And joining me now live in studio are the Forestry Division Chief, the one and only Christine Camacho-Ferran, and Dr. Mariana Turner, who is a territorial veterinarian in charge of the agency's animal health program. They are going to tell us all about this. Ladies, half a day.
Half a day.
Good to see you both in person.
I know. This is a beautiful new stage.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice.
Yeah, we got aircon and everything. Did they give you snacks on the way in?
It's the empanada table.
Okay. You got empanada, you got everything and everything. But you guys have everything because you guys have this wonderful array of information sessions, training. Of course, Christine, because you are in charge of forestry, trees are the thing. Trees are a source of life. They're a thing of beauty and everything. So how are we learning all about the tree and its importance?
This past week, we've had a team from Hawaii, Smart Tree Pacific and Arbor Global Limited. So Master Arborist Kevin Eckert came out here and he provided a 1-week, 5-day training for our forestry team and its arborist certification. So 1-week training that we had Public Works, DPR, Mayor's Council, DOE, and even the National Park Service. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, UOG, GPEP. All of these partners came together, about 30 of us total, and we sat through a arborist certification, went through that, and this week the entire team, well, 4 foresters I should say, 4 from the forestry team and support for ground support, have been learning how to tree climb and tree rig. So
tree climbing
and tree rigging.
Where was my invite for this, Christine?
Well, you know what? The team is out there today, I hope, like recording some B-roll from that.
Oh, very nice.
But it's the first time in many, many years since we've had a tree climbing, tree rigging training. And this enables the team to be able to hook up and get in that tree when bucket trucks, because we usually have to wait for DPW and GPA's bucket trucks. And we have excellent partners there. But sometimes we're like, you know what? If we can just get there, we can finish the job and be done and not have to call help for a bucket.
Okay, we could do a whole entire episode on the benefits of tree
Doc's
climbing.
turn.
Yeah. So Dr. Turner, you know, animals and, you know, like given your nature as a territorial veterinarian, how will you be contributing to the lessons and to the training and to the information that's going to be passed on?
So I was actually really, really excited to join Department of Agriculture team and get a chance to dip my hands into so many different aspects involving animal welfare. So one, I've been really helping we have 2 new animal control officers that came on in November, just had their 6 months, so they've been coming along nicely. But I've been doing right now some of my own training with them just from my experiences working with shelters, getting them some experience with behavior and how to talk to clients and things like that, but also working on getting them some national training, like an actual official program as well. So I've been working with them. I've also been working with GAIN, working with their shelter people, you know, how do we manage, how do we deal with each case? And then of course our spay and neuter clinic, we're getting that open. We've had a lot of volunteers come through to help be veterinary nurses for the day and learn how to take care of our surgical patients. So we've been educating even members of the public that come to check that out. So that's been really exciting. And then I've had a couple of chances to reach out to a couple of the farmers and see just kind of what's going on. And I've actually want them to kind of reach out to me a little bit more. I'd like to be able to reach out to the farmers and see more of what they need. I'm still learning in that arena.
Very cool. So, Ben, of course, given your training and your life's work as a vet, you're a friend to all animals. Things with 4 legs, things with wings, things
with no legs.
Things with gills, you know, things that make really, really loud noises that wake me up at 3 in the morning, things that don't make any noises at all. And most people think the work of a veterinarian, especially at the territorial level, is just the domesticated animals, the pets and everything, but your scope is much more broad.
I mean, if you think about it, the title is territory veterinarian, and so that would be veterinarian for all the animals on the territory of Guam. Though I don't get to actually put my hands on every single one of them, it's still from a management perspective of how can I even help our wildlife department and our aquatics division with whatever issues that we're having. So having all that knowledge, I'm trying to be the resource for anything that Department of Agriculture might need for not only dogs, cats, chickens, pigs, cows, but everything.
Sounds like a wonderful farm you just described and everything. My grandpa would be like super happy right now. Dogs, cats, chickens, cows, a couple carabao in the back and everything like that. That's a party waiting to happen. So Christine, it sounds like the Venn diagram between the two of you and the many people that also work alongside with you, it's a perfect marriage because, of course, you know, with flora and fauna, you know, like it's this wonderful ecosystem, but it has to be preserved and it has to be understood.
Yes.
It's delicate.
It is. That's why the education that comes out of every single division within the department is essential. We have our biosecurity division, and it's Invasive Species Awareness Week. And so all of us are posting the same content to ensure that that message goes out. It's a unified voice coming from the Department of Agriculture and our partners. And as long as we are all bringing our missions and the effort together, oh my gosh, the work we can do for Guam, right?
Okay,
or continue to do.
I'm going to ask you a tough question right now, and I know you're going to wring my neck because here's one of those curveballs. I see that. I got the side eye right there. Okay. It's the year 2022, right? You have done such a wonderful job, you and your colleagues, at passing on information, offering these training sessions, community services and everything. But do we as Guamanians, do we still take the wonderful environment that the good Lord has blessed us with, do we still take it for granted? And with, I'd like your comments too, Doc, as far as, the creatures that share this earth. Do we still not have enough respect as far as taking care of it?
I think we all can always do better, and we can all always do more.
Good answer.
So.
The biggest room in the world is a room for improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we get there? How do we do that?
Stay connected. So, you know me, shameless, always plugging our social media. So doag.forestry, doag.biosec, or biosec, is it biosec? It's biosec. At doag.adsguam, doag.conservation. All of those, to include our DAR division, we all have social media platforms. And if you can't reach us through social media, which chances are everybody reaches us through our social media now. I get messages for DAR and back and forth. But stay connected. Follow that social media. Call our office. Stop by and visit. And that's how we can help get more information out to you, give you access to the experts in their field and in the department, and be able to just disseminate and share what's available. We're not hoarding information.
I wouldn't consider that shameless at all.
We're ready to share.
I consider that pro-level effective. That's why I love working with you, because you said you're so good at this kind of thing, and you make this kind of work fun.
We've got great leadership.
Exactly.
Our leadership enables us to share this information and have the platforms to be successful.
Okay, Doc, how about from an interspecies level? Because so many creatures, the ones beneath the waves, the ones in the sky, those of us who walk the earth and everything, we all share this wonderful planet together, but how do we kind of coexist? Not everybody's got to, go off and get, a PhD or, believe in the whole circle of life, that whole thing. But, how do we actually get better at coexisting and taking care of each other?
I think the big thing, and Chief Christine...
I just watched The Lion King the other day.
Yeah,
that's why I did that.
No, it's a great movie. I love it.
Thank you.
But Chief Christine really hit on it. The education, just the more that we know, the more that we can take better care of each other, the planet, the animals that are here, our resources, and all of that. And so that's where I think even Chief Christine was hitting on that is, we want to get out there. I'm trying to develop more programs for outreach and getting out to the schools and doing more of that. And that's really going to be helpful because you're right, not everyone can go out and get a PhD. It takes a long time.
But there are many people on Guam
yes.
that really, really love animals. And I would dare say more than most markets that I've been involved. So many people out here, they respect animals, they love them, they will fight for them. And they realize that essentially we're neighbors. I mean, we may be the thinking ones, depending on how you look at it and everything like that. But I mean, we all share the planet.
Yep,
we're all breathing the same air. Okay, again, you guys make this so much fun. How about reaching out? You talked about youth interaction and outreach and everything. What are you guys doing to get kids involved?
Oh, so we have a Smokey Bear outreach mobile. Had it for a few years.
I'm sold.
COVID slowed us down a little bit. We bring this to you. So you call forestry, we will book it, and the trailer will come out to you, and it's education all packed into this mobile. We unpack it, and it's interactive in your green spaces, learning about all aspects of forestry to include the fire program. And Doc still they have a dog house that you built, and they take that out, and it gets really interactive with the crowd. So.
Yeah, the animal control officers will bring their trap, and we even have a stuffed dog that we kind of play around with. So we're trying to get out there. I'm actually working with UOG and trying to get involved more with the 4-H program so that we can get into the
Very
schools
nice.
And I can be involved in that as well.
That was a huge part of my childhood. So we thank you guys for bringing that back. And again, thank you guys for putting smiles on faces and educating young minds about how to take care of the planet. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, we're back right after this. See you.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts.
For excellence in diversity, equity, and inclusion for the Culture Club.
All right, welcome back. Our director's still talking to me about singing the Lion King theme in that last segment. All right, well, tonight is a brand new episode of Uno Mix with our Isaiah Uggan and Hannah Devanzo, and the latter of those hosts joins me right now. Hello, Hannah.
Hi, so we do have some exciting segments this evening. You don't want to miss it. We're going to show you a little preview, but you will see Izzy and I face off with some badminton, and you'll see who won because it got very competitive. And then I worked out.
Today I'm getting a workout in with the strongest woman in Guam at Fedoshan Training Center. Yes, you heard that right. Brittany Peretta won the title in 2021. She can squat 450 pounds, deadlift 480 pounds, and can push press 210 pounds. She tells me weightlifting is all about technique and form. To put things into perspective of just how strong she is, this is Brittany easily lifting 110 pounds. And here's me trying it. And at this point, I'm exhausted and sweating like crazy, so we decided to decrease the weight and work on form instead.
Okay, there you go. And then push the ground with your feet.
Okay. Wow, that is like such a workout.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was my workout with the strongest woman on Guam, Brittany Peretta. For those interested in weightlifting, they can stop by and inquire with Coach Edgar Molinos at Fedoshan Training Center.
Catch it tonight. Yeah, it was great, right? I mean, really sweaty, but I got a great workout. You can catch it tonight after the newscast and streaming on all platforms.
Okay, are you in any way sore? Because that's a lot of weight.
No, I definitely was. I was not ready for that, but she did say she went easy on me, so yeah.
Very cool. Future champion right here, heavyweight lifter Hannah Devanzo. Make sure to check that out tonight. And now here is your Properties in the Tropics segment. Enjoy.
Properties in the Tropics is presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Good day. I'm Deanna Palmer. And I'm Nadia Manglonia. And welcome to another episode of Properties in the Tropics.
If your active lifestyle is in search of a home that is convenient to shopping, recreation, beautiful beaches, restaurants, and nightlife, you will find it here in the heart of Tumon, where we have 2 spectacular condominiums for you this week. First up is a fully furnished 2-bedroom, 1-bath, Blue Pacific Lattice condo. Easy to move into with recliner couches, TV, dining, and bedroom furnishings. The building has a backup generator, pool, secured entry, and 2 parking stalls. The private balcony and nice views add to your living style.
Just a short drive away is the next property we are excited to present, San Vitoris Gardens, on Happy Landing Road, which is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath floor plan and includes appliances and washer and dryer. The complex has a pool and it's super convenient to Tumon. A great place to call home. Each unit is offered for lease at $2,200 per month. 2 great choices in Tumon.
Who doesn't want to live by the beach, right?
If you are looking to rent,
invest,
buy,
or sell, give us a call.
we earn our success by working hard for you. Outstanding agents,
outstanding results. I'm Nadia Manglonia.
And I'm Deanna Palmer with RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Join us weekly for another episode of Properties in the Tropics.
Properties in the Tropics is presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
All right, everybody, that's our show. Enjoy the rest of your lunch hour. Please be safe.